Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode here of Reanimated on Size Amusement. I am one of the hosts, Zach. I'm joined by the esteemed panel, Jay, Lou, Steve, and Shazza. And today we are talking about the creme de la creme, the forbidden fruit of Disney movies, Song of the South. So join us as we talk about this motion spectacular.
All right, as Zach said, we are doing Song of the South. Lou, do you have any opening facts you want to share?
Right. A 1946 American live-action animated musical comedy drama directed by Howard Foster and Wilfred Jackson, produced by none other than Walt Disney himself, and released by RKO Radio Pictures. This film is based on the Uncle Remus stories as adapted by Joel Handler Harris, and stars none other than the fantastic James Baskett in his final film role.
Oh, wow.
This also features the voices of Johnny Lee and Nick Stewart, who also play Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear, respectively. As most of my panel understands, that the film takes place in the United States of Georgia during the era of Reconstruction, which to all my ignorant friends out there means post-U.S. Civil War. So, in other words, the characters in the film have been man-muted or have been freed from their condition of chattel property in which they were previously. The story follows a young boy by the name of Johnny, who's played by none other than Disney darling Bobby Driscoll, who we will see later in Peter Pan and So Dear to My Heart, who is visiting his grandmother at her plantation for an extended stay. Johnny meets up with the main character, Uncle Remus, who begins to recount his stories, which are collectively the Song of the South, featuring our friends Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and Brer Bear. That's cool for an introduction, right?
Yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to get to the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do the trailer.
We'll do the trailer, and then we'll do some movie releases and all that.
Sure.
Yeah, nice.
Do a little mix-up this time.
Ooh, spicing it up.
Spicing it up.
Walt Disney's classic Song of the South is back.
Zip, 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 zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine head my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder.
It's the truth. It's actual. Everything is satisfactory.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Zippity-yay.
My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine head my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Walt Disney's Song of the South. My oh my, what a wonderful movie.
Zippity-yay.
I wish it was coming soon to a theater and drive-in near me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Wish they still thought it was a wonderful movie.
I was gonna say, like,
Here, here.
Yeah.
we're so happy about this movie that we hate it.
Yeah, that we've blacklisted it.
All right. We have some opening day or release dates there?
Right. So the film premiered on November 12th, 1946 at the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia. Walt Disney himself was present at the premiere at the Fox Theater. Pretty much made introductory remarks concerning the film, introduced the cast who was present, minus McDaniel and Baskett, who weren't, for obvious, at that time, legal reasons, and then took off because he says, quote, that he had previously stated that unexpected audience reactions upset him, so he was better off not seeing the film with an audience. So the Song of the South was re-released several times after its original premiere, each time through Buena Vista Pictures, which we all know was founded in 1953. So in 1956, for the 10th anniversary of the film, in 1972, for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney Productions, in 1973, as the second half of a double bill with the Aristocats, 1980 for the 100th anniversary of Harris's Classic Stories, and in 1986 for the film's 40th anniversary, and it was featured in promotions for the 1989 opening of Splash Mountain at DLRA. And that's it.
That's it.
And then they're like,
In the vault you go.
Yeah. I was like, nope.
I keep wondering how it got released on Blu-ray. I mean, it must not have been official. Like, I don't know.
Because somebody had a really high quality Japanese Laserdisc and they probably ripped it onto Blu-ray. That's what I'm imagining. Like, because, okay, so as home media, right? Let's just jump right into home media because this is very pertinent, right? So right now, the film is available in its entirety in various European and Asian countries. In Japan, it has been released on NTSC, VHS, and Laserdisc all the way up to 1992. And of course, this is where the Blu-ray comes from. It comes from literally a remastered, re-edited 1992 version of the release that's been updated to like Blu-ray technology standard.
Yeah, but I mean, they must have fixed the darkness issue that you had.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. They were, like I said, they remastered it, which they can do. I mean, I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this film now, just so everybody's tracking, right? So in 2041, the film gets put into the public domain. So Disney can't stop anything after that date. So we will some of us here will see this in its entirety in high quality format, you know, in the so-called intermediate future. Because you can't stop public domain. Sorry.
No.
You know,
It can be extended though, because that's
Can be extended.
it won't.
The Mickey
It
law.
won't.
well. I mean, nowadays it won't, but it has been, and now I think somebody finally put a stop to Disney being able to do that.
Yeah.
I can name some names, but it's no point. I'm glad they did. I mean, the stuff deserves to be in the public domain.
There was talk about it being available on streaming again with a warning.
Yeah. Which, I mean, just put it on streaming services like this. I mean, Pinocchio was far, like, in my opinion, Pinocchio had far more worse depictions in that than Song of the South did.
I mean,
And I think the reason, and me and my mum were talking about this as we were watching it, or after we were watching it. I think the reason why it's been deemed as, like, you know, inappropriate or like forbidden is because it romanticized the use of slavery, which I kind of get it, but also at the same time, it's showing equality, it's showing diversity, it's showing that no matter your skin color, you can get along with anybody at the end of the day. Like doesn't make any to me when I was watching it, it just didn't make any sense to me as to why this movie is so hard to come by.
I think it's because of the way they're dressed and the way they act.
It's the cultural depiction of
from that time period.
Exactly.
From that time period.
I understand what you're saying. Okay,
we all understand that.
Yeah.
We all understand that.
The executives don't understand.
But again, it's public perception.
With things.
It's public perception that prevents
history again. So.
That prevents this film from reaching a wide audience.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, but
and
put it out there with a warning, like they did with all the older ones. You know what I mean?
100% with you again. I mean, even Whoopi Goldberg has said it needs to be put on Disney.
Oh
Plus.
yeah, I remember.
She has said it.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? Who other Disney executives have also said it needs to be released.
Yeah.
Like Iger is clearly against it, but like who's it? Floyd Norman? He says it should be released.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody knows who Floyd Norman is. I mean, the guy's huge. You know what I mean? And Floyd used to do internal stills or like cells for like parties and stuff at the studios.
Yeah.
Featuring Uncle Remus, featuring Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, Brer Bear. You know what I mean? So like, if you have Floyd Norman on your side, culturally, I think you're in the right here.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. And again, as I said in the introduction, this film takes place during the Reconstruction. Yeah. This is not antebellum. This is postbellum. And for those of us who know our U.S. history, there is a clear difference. I mean, and there are clues in the film. If you listen to it very carefully, Uncle Remus tells Grandma, "I'm a free man. I don't have to listen to this." He says it. Yeah. Now, if this was a antebellum film, he'd be whipped for that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like what I.
But he's able to say that because it's again postbellum.
Yeah.
And not only is he free, but he's like a,
look up to
like a higher society leader.
He's an elder. He's an elder of that group.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They go to him for advice and the kids get along. They play together. Like like I said, this is the most anti-slavery movie I've seen.
Yeah, exactly.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, considering that Johnny's parents and Johnny's grandmother are entrusting their grandson with Uncle Remus, says it all about equality. It says it all about equality and about how I think they considered Uncle Remus their social equal.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
and the kids play together, so
exactly.
There was never any
Kobe and Johnny and Ginny all playing together, having a great time, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
You know, and
but it's
what's
the way they, I guess the way they're portrayed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a separation on where they're living.
Yeah,
but it was never talked about. They never brought up any kind of "you're lesser than us" or anything.
No,
ever.
No, 100%,
yeah,
right there.
And they welcomed them into the house, and they, when Johnny got hurt, like they had him come in and talk.
Oh, when he got gored by the bull,
yeah.
That
wouldn't have happened before. So
no, exactly. Uncle Remus was, he was allowed in, which just shows.
I want to know who is the one that said no to this movie.
Probably Iger.
Yeah.
You mean at Disney?
Yeah.
Chapek and Iger have. Oh, and also Eisner. Eisner said it wouldn't be released because he didn't want to deal with the disclaimer.
What?
Oh, who?
Right.
But clearly, Iger's the
Splash Mountain.
Yeah, I'm like, who authorized Splash Mountain though? Had to be Eisner.
Yeah, it was 89. It was, part of the Disney decade.
Well, I think it was pretty much Tony Baxter saying, "I do this right or I walk." That's what I'm thinking it is.
Still,
Tony was so hell bent on getting this ride done, he was going to put his career on the line for it.
Yeah.
I've heard Tony allude to pretty much not backing down with Splash Mountain, like as far as money being spent or themes they want to explore in the attraction. And I know this Reanimated special is not about Splash Mountain, but Splash Mountain is clearly a part of the legacy of this film.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
So it is kind of relevant in so much that I know Tony Baxter wasn't backing down on that. Like he was going to have his way or no way.
Yeah.
Despite what you just said, it is a part of this because we do talk about theme park.
Of course. We talk about development and the development of the franchise, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that whole issue's out of the bag,
sure.
What is your favorite parts?
Oh man,
my favorite part is the laughing place.
Oh yeah,
my favorite sequence in the film is the laughing place and how Brer Rabbit gets out of another one.
Oh yeah.
If Brer Rabbit is one thing, he is crafty. He is sly.
Oh, absolutely.
He is smart.
Yeah.
And though he may have a little sweet tooth when it comes to gambling, and he do, at least that rabbit can extract himself out of the worst of trouble every time without fail.
Yeah.
It's why he's my favorite character in the film, because he's one crafty little bastard, if you don't mind me saying so.
No, I like the bit where he was where Brer Bear and Brer Fox had all the. He was like, "Please don't throw me in the farm patch." I was like, "Gonna do it. It's gonna happen. He's gonna win."
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, absolutely. He cons him out of it.
He cons Brer Bear into getting trapped, so Brer Fox comes to
Yes.
Love that bit.
Yeah. It's just and I love the way it was seamless as well as like the live action, like the animation kind of like blended together. This was if I remember right, this was like it was still fairly new technology, so like to have it done so well from like Three Caballeros and up to like Song of the South, Mary Poppins, all that kind of stuff. It just works so well. Like it's superb. Like it's so good.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. It's like it wasn't even considered that it was like a cartoon. Like he just walks over and like knocks on the brother's door.
Yeah,
and, like,
it was
nothing.
Cool. Yeah, that was cool. That he was sat with the frog on when the frog was fishing, smoking a pipe. That was fun. I like that bit. That was good.
Well, that's Brer Frog smoking on that pipe. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They go fishing.
Is that it?
And also, I love the tar baby scene.
The tar
baby scene.
Oh yeah,
tar baby sauce.
Yeah, tar and feather thing. Again, that gets pointed in a bad light, but it is I've seen that in many cartoons where they tar.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know why it's a big issue.
Yeah. Oh no, I just really like the whole thing. I think it was just there's no one moment that I didn't dislike. It just flowed well. The stories of the Brer Fox and Brer Bear and everyone were just it just seems so fitting for it reminded me of, and I can kind of reminisce it a little bit, like my an uncle that I not an uncle but like a neighbor that I grew up with when I was younger, who was called Uncle Malcolm, God rest his soul. He reminded me a lot of like Uncle Remus. Like he would always tell me stories. I used to sit on his knee with my auntie Norma as well. I used to spend most of my time in their house, to be fair, and just listening to stories. And he would tell me these stories of like from his childhood or like old like fairy tales and stuff like that. It kind of hit home with me a little bit. I was like, it taking me back to my childhood a little bit with that, and how it married up, and then how Johnny took those lessons and tried to implement them into his life as well. And it was, I was like, I looked at it, I was like, I did the same when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like it's interesting to see like how well it all married up together. So.
And it also had like a very classic way of telling the story where like certain situations, like, you know, giving the dog or whatever, and then the kids are like, well, we want that, and then and then they find a way of getting the dog back, and it always like comes back around somehow. Remus tells them something, and it's like his fault. It's just like a classic, like, you know, like I don't know what do you want to call it, but like mischief things getting like turned around and placed on other people. But it's just like you've seen that like so many different movies and stories. So
it's almost like a trope.
Right.
So I mean, again, that, you know, going back, it's like there's nothing wrong with this movie. I don't know why things are the way it is, except for, you know, things that we mentioned. But it's a classic story. It is. It should be out there for everybody. So
They don't even show the animated sections anymore, because when I was growing up, I always remember, you know, when they chop things like this up into bits, you'd always see, like on a Sunday, if they showed any Disney stuff, you'd have like one of the stories from Song of the South, like the Brer Animals bit. That's a short. But they don't even show that anymore. You don't get any of the shorts anymore. You get none of it. It's almost as though they've tried to erase it out of history.
Because
like I said, they love getting rid of history.
Like with Splash Gone, like the only iteration of Splash now is Tokyo. So that's it. Like, and they've completely erased it from the American parks. Like,
and that's like the weirdest part of it. Like, Japan is like, no, this is popular. We're not gonna we're not gonna change stuff, and it's American history. Like,
it's because Disney can't legally touch it. They can't say we're gonna get rid of it because the OLC are like, no, we own the park. You're not touching it. Like we'll say what stays and what goes. Yeah.
Well, likewise, if Disney Dubai gets off the ground, and they decided to open Splash Mountain, Disney can't touch it. Like,
no, exactly.
Dubai's going to be able to do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they build a Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would make sense over there to have a water ride.
Oh yeah.
Especially because it's going to be outdoors. But neither here nor there.
No, it's going to be indoors.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's going to be
completely covered.
Because there's a Universal,
Warner Brothers.
Like the Warner Brothers, it's completely enclosed.
Warner Brothers and Ferrari World are both indoors. I know that.
Yeah. So Disney's going to be the same.
Well, good on them.
Yeah.
Is there anything in this movie that we don't like?
Yes.
As the fact that people can't watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my gripe with this film is that the animated segments only comprise 25 minutes of the film.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's only 25 minutes long. And I really wish they would have added just a couple more to make it an even 30 or maybe 35 minutes in duration. Much like we griped about with like Reluctant Dragon. And while the live action sequence in Reluctant Dragon is funny, we just wish there had been more animation to it. Yeah. Likewise with like Saludos, Amigos, and Three Caballeros, we wish there had been more animation.
Yeah.
But I understand. I mean, I get why there's only 3 segments and they're only 25 minutes, because at this point in 1946, Disney was literally scraping the bottom of the barrel for money.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like, I get why the sequences were so short.
Yeah. But, I mean, it might have been short, but the characters did extremely popularly well. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like, so, I mean, they had that going for it.
100%.
And this is like, I mean, you know, Three Caballeros is probably similar, but to me, this is like one of the first ones where the animation and movie are really tied in together.
Yeah, and I was saying that, yeah.
Right.
It's so impressive how they did it. Like even by today's standards, like it's kind of impressive to like. They don't do it anymore. Like the last one I remember them doing was Mary Poppins Returns. The last one I watched of like live action hybrids, and that was, I mean, is that right? Mary Poppins, the OG Mary Poppins, you know, was
right
area, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you could say there's actually a lot of movies that do that, but they use like CGI or whatever, and they're photo realistic. So
yeah,
like the Pete's Dragon remake.
Yeah, I mean it's still
right.
If it was done back then, it probably would have been animated, but
yeah,
it's just that using
like the original Pete's Dragon, 1997. Right.
So I'm just thinking that there's it doesn't even have to be this kind of movie. It could be like Transformers or whatever. It's just they're using photorealistic, CGI or whatever.
Animation, right?
Yeah.
But I think it still counts. It's still a hybrid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I can get behind that, I suppose. Yeah, I can get behind that. But yeah, no, there was one thing we were talking about. I think before the recording started was the lighting. Some of the lighting was a bit sketchy, a bit dodgy, but yeah, I think but again,
yeah, but that's really the quality of the video transfer.
Yeah, like I was saying,
nothing on like the merit of the film, the artistic.
No, 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 it doesn't deter from the movie at all. It's
because
just,
like I actually saw it in the cinema in 1986, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, so
fair. But
I mean, that was like the only time I saw it in the cinema. But the point is, I saw it, and it was brilliant.
80 when it was released.
Right. I mean, I remember this very well because, like, I literally had to, like, what do you call it? Pay for my own way. Like, my mom, my dad, my grandparents didn't help me out. I actually had a job, and I actually paid my own money to watch this film.
Nice.
Now, I know you can say that's some trivial garbage, but to me, it was a big deal because I think it was like the first film that I had actually earned my own money to go actually see it. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's the momentous occasion.
So it's kind of an important milestone in my life, being able to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah.
And I'm glad it was Song of the South. Thank you very much, because now all I got is this. You know what I mean?
I got a couple files for you.
How about that? How about that for a memory? Take that.
I personally can't think of anything except to kind of agree with you there, Lewis. More animation would have been nice.
Yeah.
But I can't find anything wrong with this movie. Like there was nothing I was like, oh, I wish that didn't happen. You know,
Sharon, I hope you got that spreadsheet open because I'm hearing 5 stars all of a sudden.
So we go to the inedible. What do we think kids would think about it today? Because this,
I'm glad you asked.
Kids watch this, Lou.
So my grandkids recently came down a couple weeks ago, and we saw it together.
Yeah.
And they got bored during the live action sequences.
Yeah.
That's true. But for 25 minutes, they were engaged. All 3 animated sequences, they was riveted on the screen.
Yeah.
I bet, though, if it was made today, even drawn the same way, if the films were updated and looked good and they didn't look like it was back then, I think they probably would have been more engaged. It's to them, it's like, that's just an old movie. I don't care about that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not really about the subject or anything. It's just like, that's just an old movie. So
Yeah. No, I think I agree with you, to be fair. Like, I think, if it were in some capacity like remade today, I do think kids would enjoy it, to be fair, because it teaches life lessons. Like, it teaches how to be brave and how to be crafty with, and how to use your brain a little bit, and how to figure tricky situations out. Like, it's a good lesson to learn. Like, and I think that's children that would watch it, I think would take that and be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, it's all about being a little bit smart and not being as, a bull in a china shop, so to speak.
Yeah, or like when he was going to run away and he's just like, all right, well, let's go. And then they start walking. They're like, yeah, this is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, clearly Joel Chandler Harris struck gold with the character of Uncle Remus and his ability to, no matter the social strata or origin of the person, was able to communicate effectively with anyone. Yeah. And he was able to impart like timeless, classic advice that is relevant to every human being in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this isn't just like an American thing. This is a humanity thing. And that
it's universal,
timeless and relevant for all of like humankind. You know
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if you're here in the United States or in the jungle of Indonesia, the lessons are equally valid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think the character choice, the casting choice in casting James Baskett was absolute genius. Because according to my notes, Disney actually like thought of a lot of people to do a lot of people to play the part of Uncle Remus. For example, does anybody know who Paul Robeson was?
Sounds familiar.
Very famous, controversial African-American actor back in the 40s, right? Clarence Moose was another person in contention to be Uncle Remus. In fact, Clarence had lobbied to be Uncle Remus, but it was literally James Baskett who initially responded to an ad in Variety for a talking butterfly that Walt Disney heard James Baskett's voice and said, we got to have James Baskett be Uncle Remus, and history was made. And I mean, as you all know, James Baskett did so doggone good that he got the Honorary Academy Award in 1948, his last film role.
Yeah.
For his, performance as Uncle Remus, which is one of arguably the best in classic American cinema, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I love how, he spun things around and it, like whatever he heard, it was just like, oh, okay, well, let's do something, or let's think about it this way. It's like so like calm and just like, like almost like a relaxing kind of, he could tell any story and I'll just be like, it's cool.
Kid go to sleep.
Yeah.
So what did your grandkids think about the music?
They loved it. They love Zippity Doo Dah. They think Zippity Doo Dah is like the cool song.
Which it is.
It is.
Indeed. That's why it won the Academy Award. I agree.
100%.
Of course, they like the other songs too. Like they liked, for example, Everybody's Got a Laughing Place. You know what I mean? They like that song. And How Do You Do, of course.
Yeah.
Because How Do You Do is really, really funny because that's the part with the tar baby.
Yeah.
They love that sequence. They thought that thing was hilarious.
And have they been on Splash?
Yes, they went on Splash right before it closed.
Okay, and did they make that connection? Like,
they totally made the connection. Oh, this is the movie. I'm like, yeah, this is the movie.
Yeah. Oh, this is where
like,
this comes from.
And of course, my smart Alec grandson goes, well, wait a minute, where are the Boot Hill Boys? I said, oh, that's Grandpa's thing. That's Grandpa's thing. Don't worry about it.
I still have yours right here.
It's all good. He can stay there. I get it. It's the West. He belongs in the West.
No. He belongs on your wall there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, somewhere, yeah.
I'll ship him or I'll bring him in September.
Either way, it's all good.
Did you have any other like production notes or?
I could talk all night about this, by the way, but we won't, obviously. Just that, as far as like spinoffs, there was a comic strip released a year before the film was released in October 1945.
Oh,
and this comic strip was so popular, and like a comic strip that would be republished in like local newspapers all over the United States and Canada. Right?
Like the Mickey Mouse.
So it was literally published from October 14th, 1945 to December 31st, 1972.
Oh wow.
That's almost 30 years. You know what I mean? It's like 27 years this comic strip was produced weekly. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. And even to this day, European publishers such as Egmont Press are continuing to publish Song of the South comics.
Oh wow.
Or the continuing adventures of Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear.
I didn't even know
Brer
that.
Frog.
No,
Oh yeah.
I need to find
So
those.
like it's still going on. Like Disney may be suppressing stuff here in the United States, Canada, but they can't suppress the rest of the world. Sorry.
I wonder if it's like a book or something with all the.
Chachi has books of the stories.
I used to have the Uncle Remus stories books because I've read the books before I saw the film.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I mean, of all these cartoons,
the comics.
Yeah, that there's a book with them.
I know that Egmont's books have been available on eBay for a while, like their older stuff. If you're in, I mean, because I'm into Disney comics, so like I've looked them up, but like right now with like pricing and like tariffs and stuff, it's kind of like out of my budget to get from like Europe.
Yeah.
But
they're available.
Yeah, if only we knew people in Europe. I don't know.
Yeah, if only you knew people in Europe that could bring them to you.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to slap a tariff on you when you touch down a doggone.
Not if they're in my bag. They won't.
No, it's only for shipping stuff. They won't.
Yeah, it's not for bringing things in.
Bringing things in.
I smuggle stuff. It's fine.
You're smuggling forbidden books. Gonna burn pile of coal.
She's a modern day Han Solo.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the amount of stuff I've shipped backwards and forwards.
But is Shaz?
Are you saying that Sam is Chewy?
Yeah.
But are they going to do the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs? That's what I want to know.
It's the fastest hunk of junk in the universe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, see, I'm quoting Star Wars.
Oh, I think it's the galaxy.
It's the galaxy.
It's a galaxy, yeah. But
Listen, I was close. All right. Jeez.
No, Zach gets a free pass on that one, no doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
It's a decent quote.
No.
He's trying.
I'm trying.
Very trying.
Yeah.
So, since we were talking about the Boohoo Boys, do you want to bring them up and tie the connection?
Oh yeah. So let's talk about the legacy of the film, right? So as we all know, this film leads to not only the costume characters in all the theme parks worldwide, but in 1989 it finally leads to its own attraction, right? Almost 37 years after the film was initially released, and that is Splash Mountain at DLRA in California. And of course, that next year it opens at Walt Disney World, and then it opens at Tokyo Disneyland Resort, right? Which is still in operation today at Tokyo Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
To all my friends out there, please look at the videos. They are fantastic. This was such a wonderful attraction.
It was.
Definitely one of my favorite water attractions of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's because all the characters from my favorite audio animated show, America Sings, were transplanted from the Carousel Theater across the park to Splash Mountain there in Critter Country. And that's where my favorite audio animatronics, the Boot Hill Boys, had been from 1989, those guys, all the way to 2022, when the attraction was reskinned for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
And of course, longtime fans of the channel know that we do our tribute to America Sings every 4th of July. I don't know if we'll do it this 4th of July. We should do it this 4th of July, but whatever. It's all good. You have our past videos. Take a look. You'll love it.
We have to.
Yeah.
Jason's been double dogged. Look.
Double dogged. Not the single dog, double dogged.
Double dogged. Dang.
Hi. Just gave up on me. Okay.
It was done out of love.
Yeah.
Love of the Song of the South. Love of Uncle Remus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Love of Papa Bean.
That was one of the that was one of the first things I said. As soon as Zippity Doodah came on, I just looked at my mum because we watched it together. I was like, I miss Splash Mountain. Like Tiana, like you all know Tiana's like my favorite princess, but like as soon as Zippity Doodah came on, I was like, I fucking miss Splash Mountain. Like it was such a fantastic ride.
The end of the movie is what got to me.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
When they're walking through the sunset. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that got me. I sobbed. I was like, oh man, this is beautiful. It's such a great film. It really is.
And
I miss Splash, man. That was
up to a couple of years ago. They used to play that song throughout the park. And
they did, and that's
promenade and all that.
But again, it's just been scratched. Yeah. Like it's just gone.
Yeah, I remember something about them saying they were going to bring it back.
It's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, nothing inappropriate about Zippity Doodah. It's literally.
I mean, it's quite special
looking on the bright side of life.
Yeah.
When Julie Andrews herself sings the song for the Walt Disney World grand opening.
Oh yeah.
TV special. I mean, we were just talking about this during the break with our friend Glenn Campbell, your relative.
Yeah.
And we were talking about just how cool special it was, and of course, Julie Andrews sings Zippity Doodah.
Yeah.
Which, up until recently, had been a signature song of the Walt Disney Company.
Oh, absolutely.
Along with "When You Wish Upon a Star."
Oh yeah,
that was still very much is, and I'm not taking it away from "When You Wish Upon a Star." Jiminy Cricket, thank you very much. Yeah. But Zippity Doodah had that same kind of cultural impact.
Oh, it did. It was definitely up there. It was 100%. Like the two songs you think of was "Wish Upon a Star" and "Zippity Doodah" when you think of like Disney all-time 100%. Like classic songs.
Because they used that song also in the beginning of, world. What do you call it? The Disney specials.
Yeah.
That they used to have on TV. That song was in their title of the opening title, or whatever you want to call that.
And there's been so many renditions of like instrumental throughout all Disney movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's whether it's kind of synonymous with the company, and the fact that they've just kind of like thrown it in the garbage is just stupid.
Yep.
Like you've just got rid of a piece of legacy.
You got rid of a great ride and
a great song to
Yeah. Well, it's not even just a great ride or a great song. It's a big chunk of the company, really.
Oh, it is. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
now they have Timu Splash Mountain in there and
Timu
stupid Haunted Mansion building.
Yeah. When he said Timu Splash Mountain for the first time, we were on the train. Oh my god!
That way, I can still call it Splash Mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Timu Splash Mountain. That's what it is.
Mountain. I want to ride Splash Mountain. We have Splash Mountain at home.
Yeah.
Oh no, but it's man, just dang. It's infuriating because like Jay said, it's just a huge piece of the legacy. Like, I don't know if it's the same over at Disneyland, but at Magic Kingdom, like there was like a challenge that you could do if you did all three mountains in one day. You got like a certificate to like say you conquered the mountains, and it's like, well, you're not going to get that anymore because it's not technically.
You've conquered this salt mine.
You salted the salt mine. Yeah.
Yeah. See that it ruins that too. So
yeah, just dang, ruined everything, man. Disney gone fucked up.
That's the right way to say it.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but they couldn't even do the attraction right. Breaks down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they had it, 10 years, and then they canceled the show, and it's like,
yeah,
why did you even make this stupid ride?
I know, yeah. Like, what is the point? Honestly,
because somebody in the company is like, right now it's about Tiana, and then the year.
No, it's not about Tiana. It's not about Tiana. It's about race. Everything has to be about race.
Well, okay, so yes, I get you, because at that point it was all the DEI shit.
Yeah.
But they get stuck on something, and they're like, everything has to be this. And Iger was like, "Oh, Tiana's a big thing, or not Tiana. Moana's a big thing right now, so we got to make a distraction about her." And then they have that water thing over at Epcot. But
that water thing at Epcot's really cool. Though.
No, I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying they get stuck on something, so we got to do this, and it has to have Moana, or this has to have Tiana because she's black.
Yeah,
it's just dumb.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because they always over here. I don't know how it is over there.
It was related to black things, so why did they just remove that and then put something else in? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how it is over there, but over here, for some stupid reason, they love classifying everything in race.
Yeah, everything has to be race.
They shove everything in this race. Yeah. They put everything in that race. We're not a person anymore. We're all races now. It's like you take the skin away, we're all the same.
Exactly.
It's so stupid.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Except for you.
And
you're all of them.
You're everything, yeah. They can't classify you. But like you're saying though, like even like Splash Mountain, it was so obviously it was derived. It was like taken from Song of the South,
but it was related to the movie.
In the rides are related with the movie, like
except for the animation.
The ride itself with its own entity.
Pieces. Yeah,
the ride itself was its own entity. Like that was, I long before Splash Mountain, like I knew of Song of the South. Like Splash Mountain was like still one of my favorite rides. Like that was the second favorite ride in the Magic Kingdom, may I add. Like it's incredible, but like it was so of its own kind of like thing. Like it didn't have to be thrown away to be made into something else because it wasn't a part of the movie. It became its own thing.
Yeah, well,
because the movie's been thrown out. It's like, the movies, we're going to blacklist the movie, so the ride survived long enough without it. Why all of a sudden did they decide like, it's now inappropriate to have a ride?
It's because exactly what you said. Because at some point they just like DEI, this thing can no longer exist. That is what we're doing this year. We're going to get rid of everything.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It really is.
Well, Zach, this is why I really wish you could have experienced America Sings in person. I mean, it's one thing to watch 40 videos. It's another thing to sit in the carousel theater and watch it. Splash Mountain is a really beautiful blend of the characters from Song of the South blended with America Sings. It's like America Sings got a new lease on life for the next 20-something years.
Oh, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jason. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
no, you're absolutely right.
Literally, it was like a resurrection.
Yeah.
Because I find that Splash Mountain had more to do with America Sings than it had to do with the film Song of the South.
It is I mean, first off, everything that Zach was saying about the ride is what we're saying is the best part of the movie. All the animation that we wanted.
The animated sequences.
Yeah, it's all about going to the laughing place. Yeah.
But the fact that Baxter was able to take these animatronics to make them into these other things and to take all the iconic scenes from those animations to make those scenes, it just, everything fell together nicely, you know? Like, and
that's why
you couldn't go wrong on that. And there's no, like you said, there's no reason to take it away.
No.
Well, you know, other than Thunder Mountain, which is Tony's masterpiece, if I may say so.
Yeah.
Splash Mountain is a very, very close second to like his creative masterpiece. 100%.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, and I know that Tony did Star Tours. No offense, Shaz, but really, like he outdid himself on Splash.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been able to make Star Tours if he hadn't have done Big Thunder and Splash Mountain first.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. It all led on. Well, see, Star Tours comes out before Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain, yeah, but you know,
like Star Tours premieres in '87. Star Tours premieres in '87. Splash Mountain premieres in '89.
Yeah.
But the point is, I mean, like all the technologies and all the development are all happening concurrently, and definitely one being built upon the other, being built upon the other. You know,
So it's
and
like I
then leads to
remember.
Indiana Jones.
Mhm.
I remember when Disney came to my high school. I think I told you guys this when they came to my high school and they're saying, "Oh, we're going to open up this new ride called Splash Mountain, and you know we're closing America Sings, but we're bringing everything." They had a whole model and everything.
Tier.
Yeah. But the thing is I remember when they were showing us Splash Mountain and everything. I didn't put the 2 and 2 together because I've never heard of Song of the South.
Yeah.
Right. So they're making this whole new ride up with Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and Brer Bear, and it was just that. That's what it was about. It had nothing to do with. I don't remember them even saying that. Oh, it's from Song of the South. It's like okay, but. And that's the thing. It's like
well, they were trying to gloss over that piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like clearly they were trying to gloss that part out. But the point is that the classic characters from Joel Chandler Harris existed in a ride. Like you can't make this up. They still exist in Tokyo to this day. You can't make this up. Like this is real.
Yeah.
Real as anything else. There ain't no Mandela effect. I'll tell you that right now. No. Like, this is all very real. You know what I mean? And deserves to be celebrated in its own way.
I already know that this is not going to last 10 years or 15 years or whatever, the Tiana ride. I don't think so. No. I think it's going to be something. They're going to do something else.
They'll change it. Yeah. They'll have to because, first off, the thing doesn't even work.
Yeah.
It works when it wants to. So either they change it to fix it, or they change it to make it different.
Change it.
And it's still
either way, it's going to be changed.
It's still so stupid that they did not include Dr. Facili, just whatever his name is.
Facili. Yeah.
Right. He's the best part of the whole movie.
Oh, he is. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
You can say that. You can say that.
Yeah. It is.
Why isn't he in it?
I know what they're doing with the whole story, but then they have a shop called Ray's Beret, and Ray's not. Ray died off too, so why do that? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ray
was a good guy.
Because it rhymes.
Yeah.
Because Ray was a good guy. That's why.
Ray was a good guy.
The best bit of
berets. They don't even wear a hat, man. Like it's a fucking firefly. It makes no sense.
You know,
fireflies don't wear hats.
I mean, and that only gives us hope for us fans of the villains that Dr. Facilier has a bit in the villains, you know, Unfairly Ever After that's going to be opening up here later next week.
You hope so.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
So, I mean, there's hope there that Dr. Facilier makes an impact on the show.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because his story deserves to be told too. Like,
Oh, absolutely. His story is incredible.
And I know this is like totally like out of left field, like has nothing to do with Song of the South. I get it, you know. But we're definitely talking about the, again, legacy of this film, the legacy of the cultural impact that it's had on not only the Walt Disney Company, but America and the world, you know, broadly speaking, of course. You know, I mean, I'm glad that we all saw it. I'm glad that we all, you know, clearly, I think all of us here, I think I can say, you know, qualifyingly that we all liked it. You know what I mean? It's you know, that we all think it's a good film for what it is. Yeah. You know, sure. And that, you know, that hopefully that this video gets a whole bunch of likes, even if it is controversial. You know what I mean? Well, because at least we're keeping history alive.
I hope people watch this and try to see it for themselves.
Yeah, so then they can form their own opinions because
and really that's all we want anybody to do with any of the films we review.
Yeah.
You know, like with every film we've reviewed thus far, that's all we really want the audience, the viewer to see is to go see them for yourself. See what you think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Don't take my word. Don't take Shaz's word. Don't take Zach, Jason, Steve's word. Form your own opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. Watch the film.
I think since starting all these, it's a good way to go back and remember things that you don't remember. You know,
Yeah.
because we all seen these movies or whatever, and I'm like, I don't remember that at all. You know.
Yeah.
So we may have seen them, but we may have only seen them once or twice, and that was when we were kids. So
Right.
it's a good reminder of things, and
Mhm.
like I've learned so much that I have forgotten. So
Yeah.
So we're already talking about park existence or attraction, whatever.
Yeah.
We have some merch, but does anybody else have
merch?
You want to talk about your shirt and all that? And
Right. So I got this merch. This is third-party merch because you can't find anything on an official Disney site right now, unfortunately. You know, especially in fat boy sizes, and that's okay. You know, like I get it. You know, but fortunately, there's a whole bunch of third-party sites out there that. I mean, I got this shirt. I ordered it on a Saturday, and I got it on a Tuesday. So cool.
There you go.
Know what I mean? As far as other merch goes, they have plushies at the parks. Like Magic Kingdom still has Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, Brer Fox.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm not so sure about DLRA. I mean, I'm referring specifically to WOD at Disney Springs and at Magic Kingdom. It's like
they used
still
to have
the plushies at the Main Street Emporium currently.
Yeah, they used to have stuff back in like early 2000s.
Well, when Splash was open, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, up until a certain point, they started not selling.
Phased it out.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the plushies are still available today.
Yeah.
Like when Cynthia and I went down for MVMCP, you could get the plushies. Like I saw, it was like bigger than life. Like there was like a Brer Bear that was like, I don't know, 22, 23 inches in length, and it was a big joker, and had his red hat and his blue coat on, and it was like cool as hell.
Nice.
Cost a little bit, but whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then Brer Bear's not my thing, so yeah.
Oh,
and something else, right? Continuing cultural impact of this day in the park. So this year during the Easter time at the Magic Kingdom, Brer Rabbit was there with all the other Disney bunnies. So
cool.
like Thumper, the White Rabbit, the Easter Bunny, Mrs. Easter Bunny, the March Hare, and Brer Rabbit and Julie Hopps were all there.
Oh wow!
I mean,
cool.
got photos of it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So yeah. So that's still a cultural legacy that lasts to this day, and it didn't matter that Mr. Brer Rabbit is a better part of Disney Forgotten. Like, no, Brer Rabbit was certainly there.
Yeah,
and I wonder if that's because of all the backlash from their DEI stuff that they now are coming around saying, no, we're not doing that anymore. So
yeah,
I mean, like I can remember up until the closing of Splash Mountain, you used to have like character walkarounds with like Brer Fox and Brer Bear all the time, especially Brer Bear, like because he would interact in the Magic Kingdom with the country bears.
Yes, I remember
like Wendell and Big Al and Liver Lips and all those guys, and he would be out there like dancing around doing his little shtick too, and so would Brer Fox.
Yeah,
so they were around, sure.
Yeah. I can't.
So that's cool.
I don't remember. I couldn't find a date on this Boot Hill Boy, but I think they're from like 2010 or something.
Oh, okay.
Same as the Brer Rabbit I have.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any. I wonder what the merch is like over in Japan, because obviously they've still got Splash Mountain. So I wonder if it's more. If they've got more over there.
Over here, I mean, they had the anniversary. They had the log flume with Brer Fox and Brer Bear in it.
Oh yeah.
Brer Rabbit, I think, was in it. Yeah.
Cool.
I think that was that a Funko?
I think it was. Yeah.
Funko,
it was like a Funko ride on. Yeah.
But it was at the park though. They had it at the park. You can buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when all those attraction ones came out, like the Space Mountain and all that.
Yeah.
Horn. Just share.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool as heck.
That's good.
And it's in the Funko style. Black eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like the bigger version, right?
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, that's the bigger version, and it's now when they first had it, I think it was like $40 or something like that. It's now like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
What do they have a year
Going
on
to
it?
make a whole boatload of them.
Let me see if it does or not.
See,
I want to say, I remember seeing this. I think it came, it came out like 2018. I think it was pre-COVID.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because they did like a whole line of them, didn't they? Like you said, Space Mountain and Matterhorn and.
Yeah, it was a 2018 release.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Good guess, that.
Thank you.
And then they also
Okay,
had this
so
one.
I'm looking at right now, brand new. This is on eBay, by the way.
Yeah.
It goes from a low of $95 all the way up to over $150.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
oh
too.
wow, look at those jokers. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's got his axe.
Like he's done
He's got an
something.
axe.
He does, yeah.
He does, doesn't he? Look.
Yeah. Brad Fox has been doing
He
something.
looks like he's been smoking something.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Bear had the bat like on a
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Well, like a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the club.
Yeah, because Brer Rabbit's got his little sack.
This one was the anniversary of in 2019.
Yeah, I see it says 30th on it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is very
That's
cool.
The end.
Almost. We have one more thing left to do.
We've got to score it.
Who wants to go first?
Well, if we go in the way of the spreadsheet, you're first, Jace.
Well, I think it goes without saying that it is 5 stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing stars. I don't know. The 5.
5 whatevers.
Yeah.
5 Jasons.
5 Papa Beans.
5
Yeah,
Papa
5 beans.
5 baby beans. You'll be all right.
How many beans are you giving it, Zach?
I don't have beans. I have flamingos. I'm going to do 5 flamingos.
Flamingos. Okay. I'd like to think what Steve's going to give it.
5 shields.
5 war wounds.
Yeah.
5 friction burns out of 5.
I don't give out 5s.
4.5. 4.95.
This one is, yeah. This one really got to me because this is actually the very first time I've actually seen this movie.
Yeah, same.
So it was a lot of fun to sit back and just watch the movie. I understand, the whole culture thing and
yeah.
that part, but
Yeah, that
there's
goes
no
without
reason
saying.
I can, other than that, why they would block us from seeing this is.
Yeah.
So just because of that, I'm going to give it a 5.
No. Look at that.
Wow.
I don't have to punch him in the face.
Okay, I'm next. Obviously, I'm going to give it a 5 because it's one of my favorite Disney movies.
There you go.
Yeah, you said that in the very beginning before I even watched this movie.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait to watch this because it was one of your favorites
It's
growing
one of
up.
my favorites. It's probably one of the first ones that I remember watching as a kid. I had the books. I think I had 2 or 3 books that were full of the Brer Rabbit, Fox, and Bear stories.
So that was really the Aristocats. Like that was the first one I ever watched, like on VHS, and it's like it sticks with me a lot. That one.
Yeah. Well, like this, I think all of us, like you, Zach, all of us had an Uncle Remus in our family. I think.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Like
Lewis.
Malcolm.
Oh, without question, 5.
Mm-hmm. There we go. It goes
Okay.
without saying
This
this
is
is our
the
highest
highest
rated,
This is
highest
our
rated
highest
one.
scoring movie so far.
Scoring a perfect 20. Look at that.
Yeah, perfect 5 out of 5.
There you go.
The one we have in second place is Bambi.
Fix me through our power.
No, Bambi shocking. No, not Victory for Our Power. That got 0.9.
Yeah, Bambi, yeah.
Oh, Bambi was second.
Like I don't see anything coming this close than maybe The Jungle Book in 1967.
But yeah, yeah, I can across the board.
That's
there are a few coming up.
My
that I feel
ultimate
like,
favorite is
yeah,
the Jungle
yeah.
Book.
Because I know it's like Steve will give it a 5. I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Because he don't give 5s, but he'll give 5 to the Jungle Book. I know that.
It's the
So
best.
for him to give 5 to Song of the South, like I'm blown away right now. I'm like almost like in awe. Like, oh, Steve did it. He broke the seal. He broke the seal. The Trump got trumped. The trumpet let out, and now it's a sign of the apocalypse is coming.
Well, I think like Mary Poppins and obviously like Tron and stuff. I think.
Oh yeah, he's going to be.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like in continuity order. I think the next time we're going to get close to a 20 like rating is going to be Jungle Book. Yeah.
Be 25.
There's some films that
I don't know why it's 20. Isn't there 5 of us?
Films.
Yeah, it's 25.
25.
Oh, 25.
I can't count. Yeah.
Yeah. You weren't counting yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, 25 out of 25. I mean, that's like big deal. So
yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I'm sure it'll be hit or miss for some of us for sure.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. What is our next
when we
movie?
get to Alice in Wonderland?
So dear to my heart, I think is next.
I'm gonna give that a -5.
It's fun and fancy free next.
Oh, is it fun and fancy free
nice.
next? Okay.
Yep.
Yes,
there it is. Yeah.
There it is.
Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Remember, we saw that in the line for or the queue for Mickey Minnie Runaway.
Runaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice. It's a funny nice.
Yeah.
I love that shot. It's a good shot. One of my favorites.
That also has Dinah Shore in it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment below. Let us know your thoughts on this, especially this one.
Please.
Especially this one. Yeah, please let us know.
You're going to call us out.
Yeah.
Call us out. Like if we are full of you know what, call us out on it. Talk about how we're antiquated and we don't know what we're talking about. Because I would love to debate this with anybody on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. But just in general, like we're not just saying this. We wanted to know your thoughts.
Yes. Yeah.
And especially on this one because of the obvious
the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But our thoughts, our ratings are genuine, whatever you want to call it.
100%.
We're not just making shit up. We actually like this movie, and we want to know if you do too. And if you agree with us, this should be out there in public for other people to watch.
And if you don't agree, let us know. Like, it's why.
Yeah, what don't you agree?
Yeah, bring a reason to the table. Don't just say you guys are a piece of shit. Like, why are we a piece of shit? Like, tell us. You know.
To my face. To my face.
To my face.
And guess that's about it. And I don't have anything else to say. So we will see you on the next one, I guess.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Have a wonderful day.
Well, howdy, y'all. No, I'll do it. Stick me on big screen. All right. Let me do a little countdown. I'll make it up as I go.
You always make it up as you go along.
I know. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode here of Reanimated on Size Amusement. I am one of the hosts, Zach. I'm joined by the esteemed panel, Jay, Lou, Steve, and Shazza. And today we are talking about the creme de la creme, the forbidden fruit of Disney movies, Song of the South. So join us as we talk about this. Words, I can't think. I know, I couldn't think. I lost my flow. I was trying to think.
Motion picture spectacular.
It's good.
There you go.
I can cut it right when you say this. So
okay, there you go. Right,
I think you're fine.
Okay.
You're good.
We'll go back. So join us as we watch this motion spectacular. There you go.
Motion picture spectacular. You're fine.
All right, Lou, you can say that. I've done my part.
I think you were fine the first time. I'll just cut it at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. I clicked mute. Do that again.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear the dogs?
Yeah,
Yep.
the bow wow in the
It
background.
sounds like a
It really
T-Rex
does.
in the back.
Wow.
It sounds like the South. So you're on point
Yeah.
right now. It's totally good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and I love a lot of the 1950s films, but I know not everybody's going to feel the same.
That was loud. Doing that was loud.
Sorry.
That's all right. Cut it out.